What is up, YouTube? Welcome to PanFro Games, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about some of my favorite games I've been playing this past spring and summertime, and there's been a lot of games that I've been enjoying since the last update in the spring. And of course, guys, you like this type of content, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it, and don't forget to join the Pan Fam by hitting that join membership button below. So let's dive right into it. In our first game that I highly recommend to everyone to pick up, which is on everything besides PlayStation, is going to be Cassette Beast. This game is absolutely phenomenal. If you are a Pokemon fan, and you probably are if you're watching this channel, then this is a game that you need to check out. Is an indie Pokemon style game. It has 14 types, but the level of depth within the interaction between these types is phenomenal. Every battle is a 2v2. There's a lot of great Cassette Beasts to capture. I believe there's 125 different variants. A lot of them evolve, which is really cool. And the game is just so jolly. The vibes are there. The music is there. I love the characters. There's a very extensive post game too. The single player takes about like 20 hours to beat. But if you want to complete everything, beat every gym quest, get every Cassette Beast, this is like a 50-hour game. And yes, there are shinies that you can get, and the shinies in this game are cool. A shiny represents one of each type. So each Cassette Beast has 14 different shinies, and it actually allows them to get really powerful moves with different modifiers that you would not see on a regular Cassette Beast. So I highly recommend picking up this game for sure. Now our next game is a little bit different. It's going to be Street Fighter 6, and I absolutely adore this game. I've been addicted, honestly. I like fighting games in general. I am not good. I am currently silver 2 in Street Fighter 6, but I started at like bronze 1. So I'm obviously not good, but I assume most people are not good at fighting games, but this is going to be the best fighting game to get into if you've ever wanted to test out the genre. There is a phenomenal single player mode called World Tour mode. You can make your own characters, give them their own moves, and it's really fun. It's just a great old time. It's nothing too serious, and it's a great prepper to get into that online experience and play some games. And the best time to get into a fighting game is at launch. So right now, when a bunch of other new people are learning, you can learn how to play the game. The inputs are relatively easy. They even put a whole new control scheme that makes it easier for new players to get in, called Modern, where you don't even have to do inputs. You just got to do like a button in a direction instead of doing like a whole quarter circle or dragon punch emotion or half circle or whatever. You don't even have to do any of that. So that is just something that's super cool, super accessible about this game, and I highly recommend getting into the world of Street Fighter. It's never been easier than before to become part of the fighting game community. Now for our next game, we're going to have to dive into a little bit of a dark and hard game. And that game's going to be called Darkest Dungeon 2. So it came out last year, and it's out now, out of early access on PC. We're waiting for console release right now, but it's still absolutely a phenomenal game if you have a PC. Or you can play it on like a Steam Deck or something like that. It's very different from the first game. It's the same aesthetic, same type of characters, but very different. But at the end of the day, the core is still there. That is a very difficult dungeon crawling game with RPG mechanics, and it's going to have a lot of loss. It's going to be very tilting at times, but it's also addictive. And when you learn the different systems and the mechanics of the game, you'll feel like an absolute master of the Darkest Dungeon. And there's actually a really nice narrative to it. Each character has their own story now, which is really cool. There's a lot of characters. There's constant updates to the game as well. There's 5 main mission stories that you can go through, and each one has different requirements for you to actually complete, and all has a unique boss at the end of it, which is really cool. And I actually like it a lot more than Darkest Dungeon 1. It's a lot less grindy. It's a lot shorter, which is really good too, because the first game is so long, and you can fail in the the last dungeon, and you have to redo it all over again. So Darkest Dungeon 2, definitely check it out. And next up, of course, a game that I beat on stream that I really enjoyed, and obviously probably most people on this channel has played or has experienced, and be Tears of the Kingdom. I mean, I'm not a big Zelda guy, but it was a really fun time, honestly. Probably the best physics-based experience I've ever had. It reminded me a lot of something like a Valve game, like a Portal in a way. Just like it made me think with the mechanics in mind constantly, and I was just able to break through things I wasn't able to normally do, especially compared to Breath of the Wild, where I felt like It was much more linear in what I actually had to do for each shrine and each encounter. I felt true freedom in Tears of the Kingdom, and honestly, love the game for it. The story is a lot better in Breath of the Wild. I think literally the game is better pretty much in every single way in comparison to Breath of the Wild. Of course, if you don't like open world games, then this is not going to do it for you. But if you enjoyed Breath of the Wild or you never played it and you want to get into it, then Tears of the Kingdom is going to be a phenomenal game for you to jump into this universe and try to become a Zelda fan, because it's never too late to actually become a Zelda fan. And, you know, games are for everyone. So definitely try it out if you have any sort of remote interest in this game. The last game that I've been playing that I'm really enjoying a lot is Diablo 4, which you can get on like the PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. Phenomenal. If you've not played a Diablo game before, highly recommend jumping into D4. You don't even need to play the other ones, but if you want to, you can play Diablo 2, because it's another one of the best games of all time type of game. It's just really fun. It is just so much fun to be killing hordes and hordes of enemies. You have a lot of unique classes to pick from, and within those unique classes, you have about like 5-6 very good builds for each one. So there's a lot of replay value. You can play it on different world difficulties as well. You can do hardcore if you want to go for like that permadeath type of Nuzlocke experience, which is absolutely heartbreaking at times if you definitely die. And of course, you can play this with friends online too. So I've been having a lot of fun with that. It's a great single player game, but also a great multiplayer experience. I'm playing as a druid right now, and I'm just walking around shooting out tornadoes and summoning wolves, and it just feels really cool to get into this absolute badass world of killing demons. I gotta say, the story is really good. It's really dark. It's really messed up in the cutscenes for sure. But there is a lot of hope in this game, which I like. It's not completely like weird and dear the entire time. Like, no, there's some hope for the characters, and I really, you know, am getting attached to these characters too. So Diablo 4 is an absolute must play for this year. And I gotta say, 2023 may straight up be one of the best years in gaming so far. I mean, there's so many great games that have already came out, and there are more games coming. I mean, we got Final Fantasy 16 later this month, which honestly may be my game of the year. We got Pikmin 4 in July, and so much more. Spider-Man, Starfield, so many things I can't wait to play on this channel. Well, there we have it, guys. Those are my favorite games of this past play period so far. Let me know in the comment section below what games you've been playing, and if you want to see any other content from me outside of the normal Pokemon stuff. I do want to expand out to other video games, so I've been like testing the waters with these types of videos. So I want to hear your feedback in the comment section below, what kind of things you want to see from me in other video games. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you guys next time. See you in the next live stream. Peace out and have a good one.